What's up, YouTubers? So before we get started with this video, on Get Up, they're going to be talking about which team is most likely to beat the Kansas City Chiefs, the Green Bay Packers or the Buffalo Bills. So let's see what they have to say about that.
So let's not pretend like Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes are perfect. They're not perfect. They're better than Josh Allen is. But Josh Allen deserves to get invited to New York if we're having a Heisman conversation.
So Josh Allen definitely balled out this year, but I don't think he has enough to beat the Kansas City Chiefs in the playoffs. I do believe that the Green Bay Packers do have enough to beat the Kansas City Chiefs if they meet up in the Super Bowl.
Well, you're absolutely wrong because it's the Buffalo Bills, and I disagree with you in the sense of of saying that. Not really, because I mean I like being hated, but look, this is what I see in Josh Allen. Josh Allen has a level of arm arrogance. Yes, that's a term that I made up. I think we should start using that in QBRs. Maybe Madden should have it. He has a level of arm arrogance that I've only seen Patrick Mahomes has. Even Aaron Rodgers never had this level of arm arrogance. This level of, you know what? I don't care what defender it is. I don't care what defense you're in. If a play needs to be made, I'm going to make it. If a throw needs to be made, I can make that throw. And I can stand across the field from anybody in the NFL because he's always talking about him and Patrick Mahomes having a throw-off because he believes he's that dude. Because his talent makes him feel like, you know what, and maybe it did before he was this good, it made him feel like he was always this guy, right? That he was a guy that should be talked about in the MVP conversation. He was a guy that wasn't going to shy away from throwing at anybody. Let's not forget, when Aaron Rodgers was Aaron Rodgers, which I guess he's always been because he's still Aaron Rodgers, he would go play against the Seattle Seahawks and not even try Richard Sherman, right? Richard Sherman would have 0 targets. That ain't Josh Allen. Right. Josh Allen is not going to...
Now, you make it seem like Aaron Rodgers was completely avoiding Richard Sherman for his whole career. I think he's gone at Richard Sherman a couple times, a lot of times.
Whoever Stephon Diggs stands across from, whoever Cole Beasley stands across from, Josh Allen going to say, you know what? If it's this much space, I can get that football in there. And this is the defense with Tre'Davious White, with Levi Wallace, with great safeties and Jordan Poyer and Hyde. These guys, Micah Hyde, these guys can make those plays. These guys can create turnovers. And so I think when the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs get to play, and I hope it happens, I hope it's not one of those Muppet situations like we had with Bean, may he rest in peace, and LeBron, where we never got to see it. We need to get to see this matchup this year because I believe the Buffalo Bills are the biggest obstacles to the Kansas City Chiefs repeating.
So I don't know about that, but this conversation is kind of weird because in order for the Bills to beat the Kansas City Chiefs, they'd beat them in the playoffs. They wouldn't play them in the Super Bowl. And in order for the Green Bay Packers to beat Kansas City Chiefs, they'd have to play them in the Super Bowl because they're in different divisions. So this conversation is a little bit weird. But of the two, I would say that the Green Bay Packers will be able to beat the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl. I have a thing for veteran quarterbacks that I never give up on them once they've proven themselves. They've been in the league forever and they've already won a Super Bowl. I just have to go with Aaron Rodgers with this to beat the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Buffalo Bills. Even though Josh Allen has definitely been killing it, I just don't see him beating the Kansas City Chiefs in the playoffs. So let's continue.
Yeah, we'll see. I hope we get that matchup too. And the arm arrogance is a great term. I saw you coin. I think McShay needs to put that in his analysis because you're right. In your assessment of, like, from here on out, I want to know how, on a scale of 1 to 10, how arrogant is his arm?
How arrogant is your arm?
And right now, yeah, I want to know. Right now, Josh Allen, his arm is arrogant, his face is arrogant, his body is arrogant. He's the type of guy that's going to run you over into the end zone and score a touchdown and then spin the ball in your face. I love that personality for your team. I'm not in on the Bills Mafia, and I never will be. I don't want to be, but I respect the way that Josh Allen plays, and I think that he deserves a lot of respect and credit for what he's doing. But your point about Aaron Rodgers is right. Aaron Rodgers is passive when it comes to taking those aggressive plays. He's conservative. But the difference between Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes is Josh Allen has the same level of arm arrogance as Patrick Mahomes. But he ends up, sometimes, that gets him in trouble. You remember the playoffs last year when he was throwing crossbody Hail Marys to fullbacks? Like, he thinks...
Exactly. They got him in trouble last year. And Aaron Rodgers, he has arm arrogance, but he doesn't have to show it. He doesn't have to. It doesn't come off as arrogant. It comes off as a Hall of Fame Super Bowl winning quarterback that has done it already. Josh Allen is arrogant, all that for no reason. because he hasn't done anything. He hadn't even made it to the AFC Championship game. So Aaron Rodgers has a reason to be arrogant, which it doesn't look like arrogance. Like I said before, it looks like he's just being a Hall of Fame quarterback that I do believe can knock off the Kansas City Chiefs if they make it to the Super Bowl. Not, Josh Allen. And I don't want to take anything away from him because he's balling, but I just think that in the playoffs, the Kansas City Chiefs are going to be able to knock off the Bills versus, the Green Bay Packers, meeting them in the Super Bowl and having the Kansas City Chiefs take care of the Green Bay Packers. I hope I said that right.
That is Patrick Mahomes sometimes, but you got to remind him, you ain't that dude. Patrick Mahomes puts up those numbers without turning
this type of arrogance. This type of arrogance has gotten two players into the MVP race, at least the front runners. Of course, we have Pat Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers. This would be Rodgers' third accolade of that sort. It would be Mahomes' second of that sort. But of course, Rodgers been playing 4 times as long as Mahomes. And that is a conversation, gentlemen, we're going to get into.